Love blue. Angel. Love blue. Angel. Let's freaking go, baby. Trickstar Support 2024. This has been a crazy few days. We had Gimmick Puppets. Video on that was out yesterday. Check it out if you're interested. And now we're getting Trickstar support, and we are going to get Misael support as well, because he is on the pack cover for this year's Duelist Light pack, which is going to give 3 anime light deck support. We now know Trickstars is one. We've got their cards, and we know Misael's monsters will also be getting some support, which is awesome. Still don't know that third one. We got Animation Chronicles down the road. Really, really exciting stuff. But this is all about Blue Angel. Owie freaking Zeisen. So pumped. Now, are these cards going to be good? Well, a good friend of mine, Solid Snack, said in my Discord that this deck and these cards alone might bring him back into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, he was a big Trickstar user back in the Yugioh VRAINS era, so I'd love to know your thoughts on these cards. I'll go over any anime references. There's definitely not as many as there was Gimmick Puppet references. Let's just get right into it. So, starting with Trickstar Hoodie, which is a level 2 light fairy monster, and now a lot of these Trickstars are named based off of different flowers. So, again, this is all Yugioh organization noting this, but seemingly based on the Aconitum genus of flowers known colloquially as Monkshood. Listen, I don't know what's going on there, but that's a little fun fact. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If you control a Trickstar Fusion or Link monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for the Link summon of a Trickstar monster, you can add 1 Trickstar Fusion or Trickstar Diffusion from your deck to your hand. That probably reads as Diffusion, definitely not Diffusion, but yeah, that word is throwing me off, but it's definitely supposed to be Diffusion. Diffusion. Listen, I don't know English, man. I don't know. But this is a good card because you can special summon. If you have a Trickstar Fusion or Link monster, get another summon out there. Maybe Link Climb with this card. And then if this card is used in a Link summon, you can search a Trickstar Fusion spell card. So that seems like a pretty good effect card there. Now, the Fusion monster we are getting, Trickstar Band Dramatis, a level 6 Trickstar Fusion. Needs 2 Trickstar monsters. You can only use the first and third effect once per turn. Your Trickstar Link monsters that point to this card gain 1,000 attack. If this card is Fusion summoned, you can add 1 Trickstar card from your deck to your hand with a different name from the cards you control and in your graveyard. If either player takes effect damage, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0. We all know Trickstar loves burning your opponent, so effect damage is kind of a guarantee, I feel like, with Trickstar decks. And if you deal effect damage, this card's on your field, you can just change 1 monster's attack to 0. So that is a pretty neat effect. And then this is based on the Clematis genus of flowers and Drummer, which is where you get Dramatis. So yeah, pretty cool there. We were also getting a Link 1 Trickstar Kica. The Link zone is the bottom, and you need 1 non-Link Trickstar monster to make. You can only special summon this card once per turn, and each effect is once per turn. When a monster is destroyed by battle involving your Trickstar monster, while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, then target one of those destroyed monsters, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack it had on the field. So if a Trickstar monster like Holly Angel or one of your big Link monsters, let's say has 2,600 attack, gets destroyed and this monster is in your grave, which it probably will be if you use it to Link Climb, you can just inflict that attack points to your opponent. So I can definitely see this as being a very good, burn strategy there, even if you lose a Trickstar boss monster if it had a lot of attack. Now, keep in mind, it's only if it's destroyed by battle, though, not if it's destroyed by card effect. Then you can just inflict damage equal to its attack. And this card name is based on the Colchicum Autumnale, the Autumn Crocus. Yes, the Autumn Crocus, a beautiful thing. Then we have a Link to Trickstar Noble Angel. So this card reminds me of Holly Angel. I think this is definitely supposed to be like a different variant or maybe an upgrade of Holly Angel. 2 Trickstar monsters. The links are in the bottom left, bottom right. 2,000 attack. Each effect is once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, you can add 1 blue tears from your deck to your hand. If you have a fusion monster on your field or in your grave, you can target 1 Trickstar monster in your graveyard and special summon it, so you could get back a Link monster that maybe was destroyed that you used on the previous turn, or a Trickstar Fusion monster, or just really any Trickstar monster you want. And then if either player takes effect damage, you can target 1 face-up card on the field, destroy it. So this monster does allow you to pop back row, pop a monster, if you take effect damage, if either player does. And again, by the way, this Trickstar deck, you know, it's just burn, 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 burn. Like, dealing effect damage is not an issue for it. So that seems like a really, really good card there as well. And variant of Holly Angel. Love this big, blue, spiky tail. I don't even know what this is supposed to be, but it looks cool. And then we have 2 traps. We have Trickstar Diffusion, which is a once per turn. Activate one of these effects. Fusion summon 1 Trickstar monster from your extra deck by banishing its materials from your graveyard. So you fusion by banishing materials from grave, and because Trickstar is a link deck, you are constantly throwing Trickstar monsters into the grave in order to link summon. So you're probably not going to be in danger of not having material to use this card. The fact that it's a trap kind of does stink because you got to set it and then wait a little bit. But you can use this on your opponent's turn, which is pretty good. And immediately after this effect resolves, immediately after you Trickstar Fusion, you can link summon a Trickstar monster as well. And you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 Trickstar monster you control. This turn, your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attack except that monster while you control it. So that's where the trap element definitely helps, because you can fusion summon a Trickstar, link summon, then banish this from grave during your opponent's turn, and then just basically force your opponent to attack whatever Trickstar monster you want them to attack. So definitely could see some usage for this card. Love the artwork as well. We have Trickstar Fusion. Now we have an additional way to summon Trickstar Fusion monsters, a Trickstar specific fusion card, which is really cool. And then probably, if you're looking for anime references, this is definitely the coolest one in my opinion. They saved the best for last. Even though this is a Trickstar support card technically, Maiden of Blue Tears, the trap card. Obviously, we see Blue Maiden on it. That was Aoi Zeisen's final form. She started as Blue Angel when she played Trickstar. Blue Girl still played Trickstar, and then finally transformed into Blue Maiden, where she actually changed her deck to Marinsis. Even the aesthetic of this card is very underwater, which is interesting. And of course, the Blue Angel book was a book that was shown throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. Spectre used it famously to torment Aoi in that duel that they had in Season 1. So this is like almost like a sequel of that book, which is really, really cool, because Blue Maiden was, of course, the final chapter, if you will, for Aoi Zeisen's journey throughout the VRAINS. So love the card artwork there. Both effects are once per turn and only once that turn. If your opponent special summons a monster and you control a link monster, target one of those special summoned monsters, destroy it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its original attack. So this is a good way to just get rid of an opponent's special summoned monster, inflict a little bit of burn. Again, Trickstars probably are always going to have a link monster on their field, so the requirement for using this trap should be pretty easy. And if either player takes effect damage while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, target 1 normal spell in your grave or banishment, set it, but it cannot be activated this turn. So that's a good way to recycle some spells that may be in grave or banish zone, because again, effect damage, super, super common when it comes to the Trickstar deck. But guys, I think these cards are awesome. I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know what your favorite ones are. For me personally, obviously my favorite is the Maiden of the Blue Tears card. And I also do like Trickstar Noble Angel. Love the aesthetic on that card. And we got Gimmick Puppets earlier this week. We got Trickstars now. We know Misael is going to get support very soon. We know there's a third deck in this set that's going to get support, anime deck. Animation Chronicles right down the road. Really, really exciting time to be a fan of what's going on with the anime support card here in the OCG TCG. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave all your thoughts on these new Trickstar cards down below. And I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.